remember the song we learned last time about being successful or succeed, the song said? Let me sing it for you again. So I want you to, the first time, just kind of as a review, I want you to listen. And I'm going to pat the heartbeat. If at first you don't succeed, try again. Sing with me. If at first you don't succeed, try again. Okay, so now I want us to look over here at the rhythm I have written up. So on this rhythm, we know that these are TTs and these are TAs. We learned that last time. We learned so much last time, didn't we? I'm going to speak this line of rhythm by myself one time, and then you're going to do it with me. So I want you to listen. Here I go. T, 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 ta, 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 T, T, ta. Would you do it with me? I want you to pat the heartbeat. Here we go. T, 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 ta, 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 T, T, ta. Let's do it again. Here we go. T, 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 ta, 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 T, T, ta. So when we do this song, we're going to learn it as mi, re, and do. So last time we learned that this was mi. Mi. Can you put your hands up like this? Remember that you need to sit up tall and straight, and I don't want any elbows on your legs. And I don't want any elbows squished against your side either. So put your hands just like this and your arms just like I have mine. And it's about at eye level. So it's not way up here and it's not way down here. It's right about where my eyes are. Me. Sing it with me. Me. And then remember, re is like this. Your fingers are slanted. If they were to touch, it'd make a house top. Re. And then this is the easiest one. Do. Let's do it again. Mi, re, do. All right, so when I do this song, I'm going to do the hand motions and I'm going to sing the words so you can see how it all fits together. If at first you don't succeed, try again. So that's 2 me's, 2 re's, 2 do's, and 1 re. Now I'm going to sing it with mi, re, do, and I want you to watch carefully because you're going to do it right after me. Mi, re, do, re. Would you do that with me? Mi, re, do, re. Let's do it again. And now the best part, and I know you're dying to do this, pick up your pre-quarter, but this is going to be really hard. I don't want you to play it yet, and I know you're just really wanting to play it, but if you'll listen carefully and follow the directions, we'll get to that part in just a minute. So if you listen carefully, you can be successful. So when you look at your pre-quarter, you're going to blow in this end, and you're going to use your left hand to cover some of these holes. The first hole that you're always going to cover is the one on the back, and that's called your thumb hole because your thumb is going to go right over that. Your thumb is never going to not cover that hole. So, but which hand? I said left hand, but you may not know which is your left hand. So if you look at the pre-quarter, it's really very special because it has stripes right here on this side. It does not have stripes on this side. These stripes are where your fingers go. So your fingers need to be on the same side as the stripes. So if I put my fingers over here on this side, you can see that there are no stripes. So I know that's wrong. That is not the right hand to put there. This hand, which does not go at the top, is going to go right here and just hold on at the bottom. It's not going to cover these holes because that would change the pitch, but it's just going to hold right here. It's not going to cover up the end because air needs to come out there. So just this blank space here is where you're going to put that hand. Your left hand needs to go right here, so it's on the same side of the fingers. So make sure that you're doing that and ask an adult to help you to make sure you're doing that. So your thumb is going to always cover the thumb hole. So everybody put your thumb right there. This first finger is going to cover the first hole. That's our first note, and that note is me. I'm going to play the note, and then I'm going to get you to play the note. So for right now, I want you to put your pre-quarter and put it right here. See, it's not in my mouth, is it? This is called chin position, and we use this a lot. So when I say chin position, it means chin. Your pre-quarter is on your chin, not playing. So this is me. I'm going to play the note me, and then it's going to be your turn. My turn first. Your turn. Isn't that fun? Okay, my turn again. Your turn. Now, if it doesn't sound like my note, me, then that just means that your fingers are not completely covering the holes. And sometimes that takes a few weeks to get used to fingering the holes, to covering them completely. So what was the name of that note? Me. I hope you said it before I did. Now, let's cover the next hole. Just take the next finger and put it down. So I didn't take these off. These are on here, still on here. Cover the next hole. So if this was me, what do you think that note's going to be? Ray. So put it in chin position. So you have two holes on top covered and your thumb covered. I'm going to play it, then it's your turn. Okay, it's your turn. Let's play it again. Listen first to me do it. Your turn. Okay, so now we have one more, don't we? Do. That means you're going to add the next finger to cover the next hole. So I have all three holes covered on top now, and I have my thumb covered. And my left hand is on the top. So I have these stripes right here to tell me that my fingers are on that same side as the stripes. This is what do sounds like. Your turn, play do. My turn again. Play do. Okay, so do is probably the hardest one to make sound correctly because you have the most holes covered. So to play the song, if at first you don't succeed, try again. To play the first part of the song, which is, if at first you don't succeed. So we're just going to work on that much first. So put your pre-quarter in chin position. It's me, re, do, re. So there's two me's, there's two re's, and there's two do's. And then you go back to re. So 2, 2, 2, 1. Okay? So this is how we're going to learn it. We're going to sing the mi, re's, and do's, and we're going to move our fingers. So when we do chin position, not only do we hold our pre-quarter here, we also move our fingers. So when I say me, my fingers show me. When I sing re or say re, my fingers show re. And when I sing do or show do, my fingers show do. Like this. See how my fingers moved? Now it's your turn. I want you to sing with me and move your fingers. Here we go. Re, do, re. Let's do it again. Here we go. Re, do, re. Okay, this time I want you to blow. When I say play or blow, that means you're doing that in your mouth. Okay, are you ready to do that? I'm going to do it with you. So remember, there's two me's, two re's, two do's, and then we go back to re. Are you ready? Let's give it a try. Here we go. Okay, boy, that was a lot to remember, wasn't it? Let's try it again. Make sure that you have your left hand on top, so the hand that's on the same side as the stripes on your pre-quarter, and make sure your thumb hole's covered. 2 me's, 2 re's, 2 do's, then back to re. So we're just going straight down, 2 on each, and then up for 1. Okay, let's try it together. Here we go. One more time. Here we go. Now the second part of the song is mi, re, do, do, do. So 1 mi, 1 re, and then do, do, do. So mi is long, re is long, and then we have do, 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 which is short, short, long. Okay, so chin position for that, right here. I need you to move your fingers, and we're going to sing those pitches and move our fingers as we do it. Mi, re, do, do, do. Let's do that again. Mi, re, do, do, do. One more time. Mi, re, do, do, do. Are you ready to play that much? I think you are. Let's play it together. Ready? Play. Let's do it again. That's the whole song. We haven't put it together yet, but we're going to do that in just a minute. Now I want you to take your book, your yellow book, and I want you to open it to page 11. So page 11 shows you the fingering that we just talked about for mi, re, and do. So in your book, it may not have an M, R, D there for mi, re, do. So if it doesn't, you might want to write that in or have an adult do that for you. It is mi, re, do. Hand signs are right here. And the next page, 2 pages over, they have it on this page. They have the mi, re, do written right there and the B-A-G on top. And we're going to get to B-A-G in a few lessons. But if you need to look at that, the mi, re, do are right here. So what I'm going to do is on this page, the next page, page 12, there's 2 songs. We're just looking at the first song today, and so I've made a big copy of that so we can see it easier. So I'm going to put my big copy up here so we can talk about what you're seeing in your book, and we can all see it together. So here is our song, and here's our rhythm with tas and titis. Now, they also have these lines here that don't have a note on them. So you know those are not notes. That is something we're going to learn about later. It's called a bar line, and we're going to learn about that a little bit later in our lessons. But it just kind of divides the music up into little sections and makes it easier for us to see it. So here are the words, and here's the rhythm. So can we say this rhythm together? Remember the TTs and tas? You can do this, and we can pat the heartbeat. Remember that TT only gets 1 heartbeat. Can you say it with me? Let's just speak the words. If at first you don't succeed, try, try, try again. Okay, so let's try it with TTs and tas. Can you do that? Here we go. T, 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 ta, 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 T, T, ta. All right, that's getting easier, isn't it? Down here, we have the same thing again, but here we have the mi, re's, and do's written underneath. So M is for mi, and they're telling you that. R is for re, and D is for do. Now up here it says clap and say. we don't clap the rhythm, we pat the heartbeat. So we might do things a little different than what your book says, but I want you to do it the way Miss Jackie tells you to do it. So here we have the mi, re's, and do's, but the first thing I want you to do, I know you brought a pencil to music class because that was something that you were reminded to bring. So I want you to take your pencil and do something for me. We're going to mark heartbeats in the song. So I will show you what I mean by that. So let me do a couple here. I don't want you to mark anything yet until you see what I'm doing. So I remembered that TT gets one heartbeat because Little Monster TT had to take 2 steps to Big Monster's ta, and ta equals a heartbeat, doesn't it? So I just drew one heartbeat. And I know that's sometimes hard and confusing because there's 2 notes, but it's only one heartbeat. So one heartbeat over each TT, and of course there's not a note there. That's not a note. And then when you have ta, one heartbeat. So I want you to take your pencil and I want you to mark the heartbeats on that line. So not on the first line, but on the second line. And I'm going to finish marking mine right now. So if you need more time to mark the heartbeats, you just go ahead and pause it and do that. You know, if heartbeats are really hard or hearts are really hard for you to draw, you can draw circles. When you draw your circle, just make it about the same size as the heartbeat that I have here. So you don't want it to be great big. So try to keep it small, like the hearts are there, so that you can see exactly what notes it's supposed to go for to show that that's a heartbeat. Now what we're going to do is we're going to sing it in sofa, and that means we're going to use the mi's, re's, and do's. So I want you to put your mi hands up like this. We're going to do this again. Okay? So let me do it for you once, and then I want you to do it after me. Mi, mi, re, re, do, do, re. Mi, re, do, do, do. Would you try it with me? Sit up tall and straight, remember. Don't scrunch your arms up against your sides, and don't put them on your knees. Sit up tall and straight so you can breathe properly. Here we go. Mi, mi, re, re, do, do, re. Mi, re, do, do, do. All right, so now let's go back to our pre-quarter, and we're going to see if we can read it in the music this time. So we did it in sections, but I think we're going to try to do this in chin position the whole song. And I am going to trust that you're doing it on your chin and you're moving your fingers. Remember, this is what? Tell me. Mi. This is re. This is do. And where does this hand go? It goes at the bottom right here. And which hand goes on top? How do I know? It's because we have these special lines or stripes right here. And that shows us that our fingers need to be on the same side as those. They're like finger reminders. And our thumb is always covered in the back, isn't it? So I want you to put your pre-quarter in chin position, and I'm going to point on our music so that we can stay together that way. And I'm going to sing, and I want you to sing too and move your fingers. We're going to sing the mi, re, do words. Are you ready to do that? Chin position, remember. Here we go. Mi, mi, re, re, do, do, re. Mi, re, do, do, do. Let's try it again. Here we go. Mi, mi, re, re, do, do, re. Mi, re, do, do, do. We should try to play it now, don't you think? So I want you to play this time, and I'm going to point and see if we can all stay together. Are you ready to do that? Here we go. I want you to blow in your instrument this time. Here we go. Mi, mi, re, re, do, do, re. Mi, re, do, do, do. One more time, and then I'm going to play with you, and I'm not going to point. Are you ready? Here we go. Mi, mi, re, re, do, do, re. Mi, re, do, do, do. Okay, I'm going to play with you this time, so I'm not pointing. You can look at your music or you can watch me. We've done it so many times, you might even have it memorized. Here we go. Now I'm going to share something new with you. So soon we are going to be learning about B, A, and G in the lines and spaces. So I have a little rhyme that's going to help us connect mi, re, do to the B, A, and G. I just want you to listen. Anytime something is brand new, you never want to try to sing it or say along with whoever's doing it for you. You just want to listen the first time. It goes like this. B is me, look at me. A is Ray, what do you say? G is do, G, do, do. Okay, so now that you've heard it once, we're going to learn it a little bit at a time. I want you to be my echo. I'm going to do the first part, my turn, and then I'm going to do it with you. Are you ready? So I just want you to watch this time. Here I go. B is me, look at me. So put your me hands up and do that with me. Here we go. B is me, look at me. Now listen to this part. A is Ray, what do you say? Put your Ray hands up. Let's do that together. Here we go. A is Ray, what do you say? Listen to this. G is do, G, do, do. Say that with me. G is do, G, do, do. So we went B, A, G. That spells a word. What word does that spell? Bag, doesn't it? And if you looked at the front of your book, you might see that it says bag tunes, because every song in this book uses bag tunes, B-A-G. That's mi, re, do. Every single song in this whole book does that. I wonder if you could say the whole rhyme with me. So put your me hands up. Let's try it. Here we go. It starts with B. B is me, look at me. A is Ray, what do you say? G is do, G, do, do. Let's do it again. B is me, look at me. A is Ray, what do you say? G is do, G, do, do. Let's do it one more time. Here we go. B is me, look at me. A is Ray, what do you say? G is do, G, do, do. Good job. Now I would like for you to get out of your materials this music staff page and also your pictures and your numbers, which should be in your pencil pouch. So let's use our numbers, and we're going to count. Remember that we count starting from the bottom and going up. So this is line 1, and I want you to do this with your numbers and your staff. As I put them on mine, I want you to put them on yours. So line 1, let's put our 1 right here. You see how the line goes right through the middle of the number. I could put it over here if I want. I'm just going to start here. Doesn't really matter. Line 2, let's find that. Line 2. I'm just going to spread mine out. So it's a little bit easier to see than if I just stack them like that. And then line 3, make sure you're putting your numbers on your music staff. Line 4. And line 5. So we've counted our lines, and each one of these numbers is right in the middle of the line. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you may be wondering about this that's on your music staff page. This is called treble clef. Not trouble, but treble. It's also called a G clef. Would you like to know why it's called a G clef? I'm going to show you. I'm going to move this out of the way so I can easily cover up part of it. So if I cover up and just show that much, do you see how it kind of looks like a G? A capital G. And that's important because later on we're going to be learning where G is in the music staff, and this is going to help us knowing that this kind of looks like a G. Now we've counted our lines. Let's count our spaces. Let me take all these off, and you take all yours off. Let's see, do we have the same number of spaces as we do lines? Well, let's count. Remember, we start at the bottom. So space 1, you're going to put your number right between those lines. Space 2, put your number 2 right there, right in the second space. Space 3. And space 4. Kind of look like stair steps, don't they? So, are there the same number of lines as spaces? No. Do you remember how many lines there were? 1. Can you count them with me? Let's touch the lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's right, 5 lines, but 4 spaces. Are you ready to play a little game? Let's take our numbers off. You're going to need your pictures for this. So I'm going to take a bird picture, and you can pick whichever bird picture you like. So with your bird, I want your bird to fly to space 1. Now what did I say? What? Space? Space 1. Let's fly our bird. Here he goes, flying to space 1. There he is. Now let's pick the other bird. And I want this bird to fly to space 4. Okay, fly with me. Here we go. Space 4. Right here. I could have put it over here. Maybe you did. That's fine. Either place. So space 1, space 4. So now let's pick a car. Whichever car you want. I'm going to pick this one. I'm going to drive my car to space 3. Drive yours to space 3. 1, 2, 3. And now I'm going to pick a different car. So pick a different car. And let's drive this one to space. What's left? You tell me. Space what? Space 2 is left. So let's drive our car to space 2. There it goes. Space 2. All right, let's take them all off. So now I'm going to ask you to put your pictures on a particular line. So let's start with cars. So pick a car, and I want you to drive your car to line 3. Now remember, the line has to go right through the picture. So let's drive. 1, 2, 3. Here is line 3 right here. Do you see how that car is right in the middle of the line? So if I put my car here, or let's say here, if I was accidentally thinking 1, 2, 3, space 3. Is space 3 the same as line 3? No, it's not, is it? So this is line 3 right here. Okay, let's pick a bird. I want you to fly your bird to line 2. Here it goes. Flap, 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 tweet, tweet, tweet. Line 2, right here, line 2. There he is. Let's pick a different car. Okay, we have this car. Let's see. Let's drive this car to line 5. Line 5. All right, let's pick a different bird. Well, we only have 2 birds, so let's pick the other bird. We're going to fly this one to line 4. But can you do it really quickly? So look at your music staff there and decide where you're going to go. Are you ready to fly to line 4? Here we go. Flap, 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 flap. Line 4. Good job if you got there quickly. And now let's use this car. Which line do we have left? 1. So do you think we could drive our car very quickly to line 1? Of course we could. Here we go. Zoom. Good job. We have really learned a lot today and done a lot, haven't we? It's been so fun to play our pre-quarter. Remember that you need to practice at least 3 different days, and you can practice more than that for sure. Matter of fact, if you want to be really successful, you probably should practice more than 3 times. And now I'm going to sing goodbye to you, and we're going to do this at the end of every lesson. So I want you to listen carefully, and then I'm going to get you to sing it back to me. So it'll be my turn, and then it'll be your turn. Goodbye, it's time to go. Sing it back. See you next time.